get in trouble.
Turn the camera up.
Okay. It's 6:58 p.m. We're here for the extracurricular meeting. Mrs. Bell is here. Mrs. Leone's here. Mr. Scott is here. And Mrs. Thompson is here. Louder. And Miss Schmidt is here as well. So we have a fall sports update.
Natalie Moeller was our first girls tennis player to medal in Boone history. She was bronze medalist in flight floor singles. Chase Hanser was first at counties for golf. He was first at districts for golf, and he will start competition. They head out Monday for states. He's a sophomore. Girls soccer will most likely be in counties on Saturday, and then districts following week. They're sixth right now in the district, and we'll be 16th. Field hockey, good chance. They got a good chance. Right now they're 14th in districts, and they take 16 also. So they need to just finish out strong. They got some tough competition in front of them. They also have some games at some really competitive games. And then probably our last sport that takes forever really is cross country. They still have 3 weeks, 4 weeks until they go to even counties. They have some girls. They have a very good girls team with some exceptional runners in the league.
I have a question for that. I actually talked to the cross country coach, Doug Snyder. Is that correct?
Yep.
He was wondering if we could get something at the middle school level.
Pardon?
He was wondering if we could get something at the middle school level for cross country.
We have a cross country team at the middle school level.
Oh, we do?
Yes, we do.
He wasn't aware of that.
We don't necessarily have a lot of kids out, and that hurts, your development into the high school when you're trying to turn over into the high school. Our middle school cross country coach is new this year, and he's doing a really good job. I think he's going to go over there next week to kind of beat the doors a little bit in the cafeteria, which is something our wrestling coach does.
Okay.
They're also doing a fun run in the 5th grade. I believe next week, and he's going to go out to that. But we're working on putting together, Mr. Powers doesn't know yet, but we're working on putting together just a fun run for the whole school to see if we can get more kids out. It's hard. Yep.
It's girls in the runs, is that so?
Okay. When Jenny Rexford left, it kind of fell apart a little bit. But then someone started it back up, I believe at the PC, but I have not heard if it's still.
Oh, I've not seen anything.
I have not seen anything in the last 2 years, maybe. Mm-hmm. And that was she had a lot of kids out from middle school. It was easy because she was a principal at middle school. So trying to get kids out cross country it can be a little challenging.
Okay.
Okay. Winter coaching staff update.
Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot, but we also have a number of weeks to go until we hit winter. So usually the week before is when they tell me they're not coming back, and that makes sense. I think the only thing we're missing right now is that difficult junior high wrestling position. Every time I think I have someone, I don't. So I'm just going to keep beating the doors as well as Coach Hogan.
But wrestling's pretty time intensive, isn't it?
I'm not sure it's time intensive. They can practice anytime because we have the right space for that. But it becomes difficult, and you guys, we've talked about this before with middle school sports. The timing of their matches is typically 4 or 4:30. And if you're not a teacher and you work, that can be difficult. Right? You can practice at 6, but still your matches are at 4:30 during the week. There's a trend right now in wrestling to go away from the dual matches during the week and just wrestle competition tournaments on the weekend, whether they're those dual tournaments where you're facing off with like 5 other teams or the individual tournaments. That can help a little bit if someone doesn't want it doesn't bother them to have their weekends taken up. There's the other problem.
Okay. Anything else?
We submitted, just for an FYI, We submitted the field trip form for wrestling. They typically go on these 2 overnight trips, and they'd like to do that again this year. The first one is at Top Hat in Williamsport, and that's, again, we're gonna have some individual wrestlers and some wrestlers this year that compete at the national level, not just the state level. And then their second one is to the Panther Classic, which is out in Pittsburgh. So they've done those, I think, the last 3 years, 4 years. We would like to continue that. We have not submitted the field trip form yet for cheer. They have a robust, for the high school, they have a robust schedule coming up, which is nice, and that's what we've asked. They also will be competing at, I believe it's Ocean City, Maryland. So they were looking to go down the night before because it starts pretty early.
I just wanted to say thank you again to Jamie for doing the ABAC night for the soccer.
It was awesome, right?
It was.
And it's fun to have the kids out. We're going to do one for the girls. What's today? Today's Monday. We're going to do one for the girls on Wednesday.
And they really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
I know it was most likely my son's last year, just because next year his group goes to middle school, and they might not have that team anymore. So they really enjoyed year after year doing that. So
It's pretty fun.
thank you.
Okay, that ends extracurricular at 7:04.